Hi guys, so I'm always encouraging clients to get in touch with their intuition. Your intuition is your inner guide that has so much wisdom available in it, and yet we have lost the ability to tap into it due to the fact that we're always stuck in our phones, that we don't trust ourselves. We haven't, practiced the ability to tap into our intuition and to hear it, because being able to use your intuition means that you have to be still, you have to be curious with it, you have to practice listening to it. And oftentimes we're always distracted, we're always avoiding sitting with the self, we don't practice self-awareness, and as a result it becomes harder and harder to use our intuition on a day-to-day basis. As well as that, our intuition can often be mixed up with our conditioned fears, our insecurities, and our inner critic. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about how you tell the difference between your inner guide and your conditioned fears and insecurities. So your intuition is a very gentle voice. Although it may be warning you about something, it does so in a very calm, assuring manner. It basically comes from your gut. That's why they call it your gut instinct, you know. So you'll feel this sensation, you'll feel this notion spread through you up into your mind saying, okay, maybe this one isn't for you, or maybe you need to let down your barriers today, or just whatever it is. Just practice listening to it and it will come to you in a very quiet manner. I mean, it comes almost in a type of whisper, in contrast with our fears, which scream at us, and they tend to be quite cruel, they tend to be very scary, and they tend to be non-questionable. In other words, your fears will scream at you that you shouldn't do something. And one great way of recognizing your fears and your insecurities and your triggers is to become aware of the impact that your past experiences are having on you. Because ultimately, a lot of our fears, a lot of our insecurities are conditioned. They're based on past experiences where we were hurt, where we experienced distress and pain. And as a result, it impacts on our ability to trust again in the future. It impacts on our ability to create a sense of self-worth, a sense of self-belief. And so it's about creating an awareness of all of your fears, all of your insecurities, and the impact that it has on your day-to-day life. And the more aware you are of these, the better you will be able to differentiate between the good guide and the not so good guide. I mean, ultimately, we generally know the answer to an awful lot of the questions in life. It's just that we don't always trust ourselves enough. So it's about tapping into the inner wisdom that we all have within us, that voice that will guide us through safely, and ignoring the fears, the restrictions, the inner critic that tells us that we're not good enough, that tells us that we shouldn't do things because we're going to fail, or we shouldn't trust other people because ultimately they're going to let us down, or that we're insufficient or inadequate in some way. If you are struggling with insecurities, if you are struggling with your inner critic, or indeed if you'd like to learn more about how to develop your intuition, get in touch with me on my website. It's fundamentals.ie. You can also reach me on Facebook and on Instagram. I do a lot of work with people on developing self-awareness, developing self-acceptance, and finding a more fulfilling way to live your life. I also do regular content on my YouTube channel, which is called Fiona Feely. Go check it out. Lots of content there on mental health and how to live a more spiritual, fulfilled, meaningful life. So go check it out, and if there's anything specific you would like me to discuss on any of the videos, I'd be more than happy to do so. So just drop me a line.